This is Mylan Murphy with Dorm Rumor. On the phone with me, I have Mordecai Cargill from Yale University football team. Hey, Mordecai, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Got practice. Back in the room, chilling.
Okay. Now, I just have a few things I want to ask you. As far as, mainly, I'm sure when people see this interview, they're going to wonder, wow, he goes to Yale, or, you know what I mean, the crazy thoughts that you've probably gotten from other people. But just off the top of your head, why Yale out of any school? What made you choose Yale?
Well, what really made me choose Yale was just, like, the balance that Coach Tom Williams was basically kicking to me, like, while he was recruiting me. He was just saying, like, obviously it's Yale, there's a lot of prestige, like, surrounding Yale, and, like, academics are definitely, like, a top priority, but we still take football seriously, and, like, football is a priority in our circle, and when you're over here, you can be a football player, but when you're back over, like, going through, like, the halls of this esteemed institution, then you have to be a student. But, like, the major thing was just balance, and everybody had energy. Like, people were just energetic about, teaching their various, like, subjects, and, like, my football coaches are probably, like, one of the most passionate staffs in the country as far as football goes. So that just really drew me out here.
Right. Okay, now, back in high school, for instance, when you were obviously at Glenville High School in Cleveland, Ohio, you were being heavily recruited. So what were your original thoughts when you saw that Yale was recruiting you, back when you were younger, before you really knew what you were getting yourself into?
Right, well, it's actually, like, a really, like, interesting story. Like, on signing day, I was trying to decide between UPenn, which is another Ivy League school, and I was trying to decide between going to play football at UPenn or, like, not play football at Morehouse, or I was going to go to, like, a prep school out in New Jersey to take a postgraduate year and play football for another year before I go to college. And so the night before, all these things like go into my head, and I was trying to, like, decide. Like, I really couldn't make a decision. So the day of signing day, I just decided not to decide and try to take a little bit more time. And that night, Coach Williams called me, and he basically was like, "Well, I saw you didn't sign today. I'm just taking over." Because it's Coach Williams' first year. Like, last season was his first season, and he was telling me, like, he's just taking over, but he saw I didn't sign, and he was wondering if I'd be interested in attending Yale and playing football for the Yale Bulldogs. And I was like, definitely, like, I feel like there's certain like, opportunities in life that, like, you can't, like, pass up on, and, like, the opportunity to go to Yale is just one of those opportunities.
Definitely. Now, a lot of people may not know, there may not be too many differences, but I know we were talking previously, and you had told me, for instance, at Yale, there's no full athletic scholarship. So for all the people that really don't know exactly how Ivy League schools work, can you explain some of the differences or, the main reason why you don't have an athletic scholarship? Can you explain some of that?
Yeah, the Ivy League is they really want to kind of de-emphasize the role of the athlete and, the title of student athlete. Like, they definitely respect it, but, like, they want to make sure that the student part is the most important thing. So, like, just little things like all our games this year are within, like, bus distance. So, because they don't want us, like, getting on planes or anything, and like, have us, like, missing classes,
right,
like, for games or anything like that. But the major differences between, like Yale and, like, a big time, like a Big Ten school or ACC, SEC school is that even when we're a Division I football team, we don't have athletic scholarships. And, like, the most, like, striking difference that I see is that, like, the players players who play football like have the same schedule as players at other schools, but like since we don't have scholarships, like the people who are out there on the practice field or in the weight room working hard, like they actually, but they really want to be there. Like they're not like afraid to like, you know, if they were to quit, that like somebody would take their scholarship away. So like, essentially, like, anybody who plays football could quit whenever they wanted to. But like the reason that we have success is that we have players that are like passionate because they just love the game.
Exactly. And, you know, me personally, just from me knowing you, that's something I can truly respect because a lot of people take it for granted, you know, the fact of, you know, if you have, like, you know, for example, I'm on full scholarship for athletics, but like I said, I respect the fact of what you're doing because that shows, one, that you're not necessarily in it just because of that. You're in it for the passion of the sport. But two, you're also in it for your schoolwork because I'm sure, you know, Yale isn't easy as far as schoolwork goes. So that's something that I'm sure a lot of people that are listening to this can, you know, respect out of you. And that's something that, you know, you should truly take a lot of pride in. Now, really quick, you know, just by, I don't know, ever since you've been younger, who are some of your role models? Who are some athletes that you've looked up to?
Well, like my favorite athletes are like Michael Jordan was my first favorite athlete, and because he's like the first like real athlete I ever saw. Like, that's like growing up in like the '90s, he was like at the peak of his like fame because he was still playing, he was still like making like incredible moments. So like I always just respected like not only Michael Jordan's like athletic prowess and his just like beastliness at everything, just like his just determination and confidence and all that stuff that make him such a dominant basketball player.
Exactly.
Then like when I got a little bit older, I like fell in love with football, and like I always wanted to play running back. So my favorite like athletes were like Walter Payton, Terrell Davis, Reggie Bush. You know, I'm a little bit older, but Reggie Bush. And now my favorite athlete, like playing right now, is definitely like Adrian Peterson.
Okay. Now, you know, one more thing. As far as your major, I know that you're undecided, but what are some possible majors that you may choose from? What is something that you can see yourself doing after you're done with football?
Well, ultimately, like I feel like I want to go into a career in like marketing, like working for hopefully like a shoe company like Nike or Adidas. But at Yale's a liberal arts school, so we really don't have a management like department or like a pre-business major. So I gotta expand it like my studies to things I'm just like interested in. So at this point I'm not even sure, but I'm taking classes in like anthropology, African American studies, political science, I just like taking a wide range of courses just so I could just like whatever class I thought would just be interesting, that's just the one I'm taking.
Exactly.
And I'll figure out a major like next year.
Okay. And lastly, if you could describe yourself in 2 words, what would those 2 words be?
In 2 words. I'll say dedicated and hopeful. I just have a lot of optimism about life.
Okay. And, you know, I just want to thank you for allowing me to do the interview. And, you know, obviously we'll maintain our friendship. But, everybody, I just want to thank you for listening to us. This is, once again, Mordecai Cargill from Yale University. And we will get back with you shortly. Bye.
Thanks,